Hey everyone, it's Sami from the Black Room. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to cover truly one of the simplest yet most powerful patterns that I know of in trading. You know, usually if you hear someone say, uh, I'm going to teach you this really amazing simple pattern that works like crazy, you want to run away because sure, trading can be broken down to some basic stuff, but let's be real, it's not really that simple. Now, if there is a pattern in trading that we could call simple, for me, this has to be it. And the pattern is known as the 1, 2, 3 continuation buy or 1, 2, 3 continuation sell if you're playing short. And here's the pattern. Let's say you have a bullish stock that has already triggered a bullish pattern, maybe a base breakout, right? That's a base breakout. And instead of continuing higher, it actually puts in, let me erase this second bar. Instead of actually continuing higher, it puts in a narrow range bar, like so. So here's the breakout bar, and here is maybe the narrow range bar, a doji bar, or a small red bar would be okay also. If you get a small red bar here instead of a narrow range bar. I'm trying to draw the pattern. It's all right. You get the point. Here, actually, here it is. Here's the red bar. So you either get a doji bar or a red bar or even a small green bar. That's fine too if you get a small green bar. But the key thing is that you get it in the top third of the breakout bars high. Okay. Sometimes we get multiple bars also. That's fine too. So let me redraw this one more time. So you have a bullish stock that maybe went sideways first, put in a base breakout, and then instead of continuing higher or pulling back, it actually put in a small inside bar. Okay, that's what I call what is known as the 1, 2, 3. If you get a third bar that takes out the high of the first two bars of bars 1, this is bar 1, that's bar 2, and that's bar 3. So that's why it's called 1, 2, 3. So if you get a third bar that takes out the highs of both bars 1 and 2, then you have a 1, 2, 3 pattern. And the beautiful thing about this is that the narrow range bar or the small red bar shows you how weak the sellers are and allows you to jump on board a stock that you technically missed because the entry for the stock was actually right here on the base breakout. Does that make sense? And so you already missed that, and yet you can still capitalize and take advantage of the stock through that 1, 2, 3 pattern. Okay? Does that make sense? So it's a really simple basic pattern, yet works very effectively because the truth is I don't always catch stocks when I'm supposed to. And sometimes you look at a stock that's maybe basing and you say, oh, there's nothing going on. And then you see a nice wide range igniting bar on big volume, perhaps professional igniting volume. Then it catches your attention. And then, but at that point, you've already missed it because the entry should have been over the base right here. Okay? So if you've already missed it, what can you do? Well, you can watch it for the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even. And it's a beautiful pattern. So today, let me show you the play that I did. Oh, before I forget, it doesn't always come after base breakouts. Sometimes it comes after buy setups or sell setups. Today, the play that I took, the 1, 2, 3, happened on a sell setup. It was HL, the stock. And sometimes, again, it comes after a sell setup. So I missed the entry already because it triggered, and then I got a 1, 2, 3 right here. Perfect. It's the same thing. Okay. I prefer when it comes after a base, but it's okay if it comes also after a sell setup. This is what's known as a sell setup pattern, when the stock is in a downtrend and puts in a retracement, a counter rally back to maybe resistance, maybe the declining 20 MA, or in the case of the HL today, it was a gap at the open. So here's the daily chart of HL. This is the daily chart. You can see it was a gap down under support. So it was really, really bearish under the pivot with a void to about here. So it wasn't a huge void, but let me show you the pattern. I think it was on the 2-minute time frame. And so here it is. So I already missed the play. I mean, here's the sell setup, the 3 bars up, and then it triggered. I already missed it. But look what I got. Perfect. Does that make sense? And then I shorted it. And then I added more on the breakdown, but I couldn't get filled much. It was on an uptick. So that was the play for me today. I know it's really the sell-off, the drop was very small, but look, the stop was just a couple pennies. The entry's here, stop there. Or the entry was, is okay to do it under the bottoming tail. Stop above. So very small stop. When the stop is very small, you can have a lot of shares. Here's my P&L actually. HL, it wasn't huge, but it was the best thing for me today. And I think the last 2 days also we had, what was the last, today is the 19th. So let me just look at my P&L from a couple of days ago. P&L, today is the 19th, so Friday was the 16th. Okay, EXXI I think was the one. It was a 5-minute, I believe, 1, 2, 3 on Friday, yes. And here it is. Take a look. Sell setup. I missed it already, right? Check it out. It didn't stay in the inside of the first bar's range, which is preferable, but that's okay too. And there it is. It's a 1, 2, 3, and then 4. The fourth bar is I was in. And let me show you my P&L from that day, the 16th. It wasn't my biggest play, but hey, it's pretty okay. $700. The HIB was my best play on Friday, $5,000. That's not bad, and got right to the target, I believe, or just shy of the target, which is okay. But look, we also had divergence here. So the moving average started to flatten out. So that's your sign. And the stock was down a lot into support, spike in volume. That's your sign to get out of it. So that was the EXXI. Again, it wasn't a huge sell-off, but when your stop is very small, like this was, that's the entry under the base, stop was above it. So very, very small stop. You don't need for the stock to fall apart for you to make good amount of money. That's almost 2 to 1. Or 1.5 to 1. And then the Thursday was the 15th. The 15th I had a pretty nice day, but what was, here it is. Jill was, I think, the setup. So let's take a look. Jill on, I think, the 5-minute time frame. And I like to short more than play long, but the same pattern applies to the upside as well as it does to the downside. So here's the base or sell setup breakdown. That's the entry, technically speaking. But if you miss it, you can still continue to watch it, and you get the continuation play right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're in, and got right to the target, exactly like the EXXI. But this was better because you can see the drop was bigger. So here's the entry and the stop, and compared to the stop, the drop was almost 3 times the size. And so here's the P&L, Jill 1300. So that's really almost double what the EXXI did. So that's the pattern. It applies also in swing trading. I use it in swing trading. FNGN not a couple days, last week was a very nice swing for me. So here's the buy setup triggered, the wide range bar, kind of a wide range bar, and then it put in a small narrow range bar. And so that was played right here long, stop under it. Worked nicely. You got kind of another 1, 2, 3 right there. So really, really nice pattern. I think also like, let's take a look. PSTG a while back. Here it is. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long. This was also a swing trade off the daily time frame. And then CYH, I believe. Yeah, CYH, same exact thing. You miss that move, that's fine. If it bases at the top or if it puts in a 1, 2, 3 right here, long, but it didn't break out. So you can continue to watch it. And this actually is my favorite reversal bar. It's called the narrow body. It represents, I did a video on it. I call it the battle bar, right? And then that was it. And then out in the same day. So out at 575, I believe, it went another 21 cents, but I was out here. So that's the pattern. Again, in trading, if someone says, I have this amazing pattern that's really, really simple, and you really typically want to run away because it's not that simple. Trading isn't. But in this case, it truly, truly is. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a nice evening, everyone.